live from Landshark Stadium, home of Super Bowl 44. It's the Saturday Sports Show with JB and Kook. Here we are in Miami Beach. Wow, what a great time last night, Kook. What do you think?
JB, that was so fun. I loved the dancing.
It was great, and you were awesome.
Thanks, man.
Surprisingly, this year's Super Bowl is very light on injuries. I seem to remember past Super Bowls having a lot more significance in the injury front.
Yes.
Really, Dwight Freeney of the Indianapolis Colts and Jeremy Shockey are the only ones we're hearing about. What do you think?
Well, JB, I'm going to have to go with Dwight Freeney as the more important one this week. As Jeremy Shockey being on offense and a tight end, not a key receiver, just Dwight Freeney gets in on those quarterbacks and eliminates the ability of their passing skills. He forces the pass rush, and he comes in there hard.
And I don't think the Saints' offensive line is as strong as other teams right now.
No, it definitely is not, JB. Unlike Peyton Manning.
Right. Well, I'll tell you another thing, too. Greg Williams has got that defense thinking, remember me shots. You saw what they did to Brett Favre in the NFL NFC Championship game. Brett Favre is probably still picking himself off the floor after all those hits. But I'll tell you something I've understood and read this week is Peyton Manning, probably more than any other quarterback in the NFL, really spoils that offensive line. He buys them Rolexes. He gets them the latest in electronic technology equipment. And he sends them on full family-paid vacations. How about that? I think they're going to be standing tall to protect Peyton this week.
That is absolutely amazing, JB. I mean, no other quarterback I've ever heard of done that. I mean, seriously.
That's right. Some do, but not to the extent I don't think that he does. So I count that as a couple of points in the game.
Well, JB, Coach Tom Moore from the Colts is a secret weapon for them. Nobody would have ever guessed it, but he won 2 Super Bowls while with the Pittsburgh Steelers in the 1970s. He coached John Stallworth and Lynn Swann, who are today both in the Hall of Fame.
Boy, that speaks well for his skills and his background and his knowledge. But, really surprising is Peyton Manning is the last and only quarterback left in the NFL that still calls his own plays.
Wow.
So, yeah, Tom Moore is the architect, along with Peyton, of that offense, but it really comes down to Peyton and his strong decision-making. Kook, one other thing that I think is going to be key to this game, and it could work in the Saints' favor, is Reggie Bush. He caught 47 passes out of the backfield this year for the Saints, or when he was in the slot position, and I'm a little concerned about the Colts linebackers. They're not as fleet of foot. They're not as quick to react from what I've watched this year on the Colts. What do you think about that?
JB, Reggie Bush, coming out of USC with Matt Leinart, they were both sort of fighting to be the star player of that team. But I think Reggie Bush, even though Matt Leinart was a backup to Kurt Warner, Reggie Bush just came out and he struck hard in the NFL, and I think he can definitely do that with his first Super Bowl game.
Yeah, slow start in his NFL career. Few thought that he would be as slow a starter, but he's really come on this year, especially in the special teams area too.
Definitely has a chance to redeem himself here.
So key areas, folks. Injuries, not maybe a significant factor this year. The remember me shots by Greg Williams. I think that if Peyton gets nailed a few times,
yeah, making his head, but you never know.
So, and then Coach Tom Moore, he's got that experience of Super Bowl wins, and of course the Colts won one just a few years ago. So, okay, well, we got a few more things to talk to you about. Kook and I are going to demonstrate the difference that Dwight Freeney can make if he's not injured in Super Bowl 44. Well, sports fans, please don't doubt that JB and Kook have the expertise needed to make an accurate call for this year's Super Bowl. They've been to Super Bowls. They know what it takes to win. They are experts. So you better call your bookie after watching this week's show, because our predictions are going to tell you who's going to win. Stay tuned. It's time for our Super Bowl 44 prediction. And Kook, I know you strongly disagree with me, but I'm going with the Colts. I'm going with a kind of a high-scoring game. I say 37-21 Colts.
JB, I've changed my mind. I'm going for the Colts.
Kook, that's 15 yards for changing your mind the night before the game.
JB, I'm picking the Colts for a few reasons. I think Dwight Freeney is going to play this week, and he's going to step up for the Colts defense and crush Drew Brees and his offense down. I also like the Peyton Manning, Tom Moore combination, and Dallas Clark's 100 receptions this season. Only the second player to ever do that, side with Tony Gonzalez. The history of the Aints as a losing organization has made me change my mind about them. I'm going to have to go with the Colts 28-14.
Wow, Kook, you've got the autographed Ben Roethlisberger jersey. Super Bowl winning quarterback from last year's Super Bowl. Very cool. This week's segment of Who Did JB Meet revolves around Super Bowl 25, which was January 27, 1991. Buffalo Bills, New York Giants, Tampa Stadium. Well, you all know the results. Scott Norwide, as he was later called, was wide right on a field goal that could have won the game, won the Bills their first Super Bowl. JB went to the Bills post-game party due to a relative working for the Buffalo Bills, and unfortunately it was a sad, sad scenario. Well, they even had balloons put together, hoping to break them and celebrate, but there was no celebration at that Tampa hotel with the post-game party. There's JB's ticket. It was the first Super Bowl ticket that was an actual hologram. Difficult to see on our video, but it's a really cool collectible ticket. And JB had the opportunity to be right with James Lofton, one of the players in Super Bowl 25. James, now an NFL Hall of Famer, was inducted a few years ago, one of the greats of the NFL. Super Bowl memories.